Greetings everyone, I'm very happy to share with you my Necromancer build which I had the opportunity to do during Diablo 4 early access. I'll focus on this video on legendary powers and synergy with the build, and you'll see that it's a very fun and strong build to play in PvE or PvP. Also, if you like, this build works very well in hardcore. I'll start with the skills and gear, and keep in mind that you want to always be healthy, but also to get overhealed. That's why we'll be playing Fortify too. You want to start with Hemorrhage in order to gain Fortify and Essence, and you link this one with Damage Reduce. 20% will be very strong for your character, and increase attack speed. It will be very handy against bosses in order to generate Essence. We have Blood Mist, our escape spell. It will be very good in PvE but also in PvP, and you can link this one in order to detonate corpse. It's not mandatory, but it will give you a bit of cleanse. Then you want the corpse stun drill. It will pack enemies and also make them vulnerable, and you'll use the legendary power to increase your chance to crit. After that we have our main DPS spell, Blood Surge, and we'll use the double casting and the fact that it will grant you attack speed when you land a critical hit with this spell. Then you want Iron Maiden, but just for the essence and the healing. And lastly, the Blood Wave, which will buy you some time in difficult situations. You also have other important legendary powers. First one, the overhealing will be converted to additional overpower damage. Then you have the fact that you'll have additional damage when you don't move. Since we have enough sustain, we can stay without moving and gain 30% of damage, so it will be very strong in our build. For the defensive part, you trigger a barrier when you hit someone. It's not mandatory but good to have. And the second one, when you receive a CC, you're immune to them for 4 seconds. It's very good against bosses and in PvP. For the gems, it's easy, just put ruby in your armors and weapons, armor for the increased life and weapon for the overpower damage. On accessories, you'll want resistances, so either a specific resistance or just diamonds. The only thing that you need to pay attention in this build is the Rasmas power, because you'll see that when you have 15 stacks, your next skill will be overpower and do a very good damage. So you can either do it on the Blood Mist, it's strong against bosses, or on your main DPS spell in order to have a better AoE damage. So make sure to monitor this passive, which is the only tricky point in this build. For the Book of the Dead, you want to sacrifice every one of them in order to get first critical chance, then you want overpowered damage, and lastly increase life. So now I'll speak about the three. You also have the link below the video on the article if you want. You want first to get Hemorrhage with the Fortify, and then the Blood Surge with the overpowered damage. After that you go for the Blood Mist and you get the Fortify too. At the end, you'll put the remaining point on Blood Mist, or if you want you can put some points instead in Corpse Explosion, which will be triggered by the Blood Mist. You get the Corpse passive, which will increase your damage after detonating a corpse, and then you get to the Curse, just 1 point, and you get 2 passives. You want the Blood passive to get damage when healthy, the Overpower, and lastly the Lucky Hit. You also take 1 point in Turn Drill with the Vulnerability effect. You take the ultimate with associated passive, and then you want to get the attack speed when healthy. You also want the damage reduction and increased bonuses of your sacrifice. Lastly, of course, you have the Rasma at the bottom of the tree. I'll quickly go through the Parangon. You want to keep the idea of the build, that means intelligence, dexterity, but also will in order to boost your overpowered damage. On your way, you take everything which synergizes with the build. I'll finish this video with the gameplay, and of course the idea is to clean everything with the Blood Surge. If you're in trouble you can use your ultimate, it will also generate blood orbs in order to heal yourself, and more frequently your Blood Mist to be invulnerable. When you have the opportunity, use the Corpse Stun Drill. It will pull enemies, give you critical chance and help you to clean faster the packs. If you're not against a boss or an elite, you can just spam the Iron Maiden in order to gain essences. Otherwise, when you're fighting a boss, you'll need to spam your Hemorrhage in order to get the essences. Don't forget that it also gives you damage reduction, so make sure if you are in trouble to use this one. For bosses, otherwise it's quite easy, just move the less possible in order to stack your damage bonus up to 30% and spam your Blood Surge. When you're out of essence, charge it with Hemorrhage and do it again. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you like this build and have plenty of fun at the release of the game. Don't forget that you have everything on the website dmgaming.eu, and if you have any question, feel free to post in the comments. Bye bye.